face. Let it shine, just let it. You're all that matters to me.
Hiya, Sops. Can I call you Sops? We're sort of in that place of informality. Okay. It's week 2 and we're carrying on with Hold Back the River. In this week's tutorial, we'll be looking at chorus 2 and the bridge as new. That's what we're going to master. But before we do that, let's look back at what we've already mastered from week 1, which was verse 1, chorus 1 and verse 2. Recapping that now, we're going to sing with the track and the soprano part. So that's what we'll hear in our ears now. Sing along with me. We don't sing the first line, but we hear the melody that we're about to sing. Try to square. Ready? Tried to square, not being there, but think that I should have been. Okay, we go into the chorus in unison. Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so I can stop for a minute louder and see where you hide. Then soften right back down again. Hold back. This new starting note in verse 2. Once upon a different life, we rode our bikes into the sky. We've got a waiting moment. Now we crawl against the tide. Those distant days are flashing by. Yes, so verse 2, coming into that higher note. Once upon a different life, we rode our bikes into the sky. Now we crawl. Sopranos, we have to remember to lift on that word crawl. Against the tide, those distant days. And it doesn't need to be belty, it can be sort of, take it sort of to the back of the head. Imagine it coming out the top. Those distant days. Okay, good recap, everyone. Well, let's have a look at chorus 2. Chorus 2, for the sopranos and for everybody, it's a different chorus to chorus 1. It's twice as long, but that just means it kind of loops around twice. However, we're not just singing kind of unison 2 parts. We have got a 3-part harmony situation going on. Therefore, sopranos, you are maintaining notes that nobody else does. Let's have a look at it. We've come out of verse 2, singing about those distant days are flashing by. Now we've caught against the sky the tide. Those distant days are flashing by. We're there. Everybody going into chorus 2 has to lift, to ascend into the new note. And it's no different for the sopranos, but you're right next door to it. Hold. So we've been here. Bye. And then here we are for chorus 2. Have a listen. Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so high. In fact, all you're doing, sopranos, is replicating what we all sang in chorus 1. Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. But because the whole choir sort of just shifted up, we find now that in the soprano part, we're holding those notes, but just the octave higher. Hope that makes sense. Let's sing it. Your starting note, 2, 3. Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so I can stop for a minute and be by your side. Changing lyrics here. Can stop for a minute and be by your side. Hold back the river, hold back. And then we kind of just sing that all again. Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so high. stop for a minute and be by your side. Hold back the river, hold back. Before we go into the O's, still part of chorus 2, and you'll hear that the O's are all in unison. So essentially, sopranos, we're singing the tune, dare I say it, in chorus 2, but we're sitting in this octave. Let's try coming out of verse 2, just that last line. A flashing by. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. A flashing by. Chorus 2. Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so I can stop for a minute and be by your side. Hold back the river, hold back. Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so I can stop for a minute and be by your side. Hold back the river, hold back. And here, there doesn't have to be like this dropping down in volume. It keeps going. Great. So fairly straightforward for us sopranos. It's just remembering that happens. Let's have a look at the last little bit, the O's, which we do in unison. Oh, the O's. This is sort of an extension of chorus 2. And now this is where the whole choir are in unison. So I'd like to just drop straight in, and it's really simple. You're just following the movement of the chords, but the sound has to be really kind of full-bodied at the forefront. Yeah, this sort of football fan analogy. Oh, 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 like we're kind of calling out. Moving with the notes. Have a listen. You've got oh, just like that. Sing it back with me. Ready? There's some other songs that we've done. I think it's like Dreams is an example where it feels like we're all just one voice at that moment. Great. Okay, let's run the whole of chorus 2 now with your voice part. Here we go. The tide. So we're dropping in. Those distant days are flashing by. So we have to lift up into chorus 2. Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so I can stop for a minute and be by your side. Hold back the river, hold back. Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so I can stop for a minute and be by your side. Hold back the river, hold back. Into the O's. Oh. Yeah, so for us sopranos, we've got quite a drop down into these O's. So we have to kind of, get into the earth. Get yourself grounded to enjoy those O's. Good. We're going to have a look at the bridge. Top of the bridge and the first few lines of our bridge, upper altos and sopranos, it's the same. So we've got a 2-part harmony situation going on as we move through the first little bit of the bridge. We've come out of chorus 2 as a whole choir in unison with our nice kind of boisterous. Yeah, why not? Oh, 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 oh. 2, 3, 4. Lonely. We all sing the lyric lonely, but upper altos and sopranos, our lyrics here are minimal. We just sing lonely, lonely water. We're up north a bit more, so the water is soft. Water, won't you let us? So we're kind of dropping in around the full lyric line from the bass and the lower altos. So sopranos and upper altos. Oh, lonely Yeah, we've been down there and we need to get up to here. Lonely. And then there's a little gap. Lonely, lonely water. Yeah, so that first little bit, we're kind of like echoing the line. Lonely, lonely water. Listen. Won't you let us? And that is as much as we do the same upper altos and sopranos. Let's just try the top of the bridge. Ready? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Lonely, lonely water. Won't you let us? That's it, okay? Before we break away and become a separate soprano alto part. Let's just drop in and sing it with the track, just so you can hear how at that point of the bridge, rhythmically, how it's working with the rest of the choir. Okay, we're coming out of these O's. Oh, our starting note. Are you ready? And lonely water, lonely water, won't you let us? Okay. Lonely, 2, 3, 4. Lonely water, 2, 3, 4. Won't you let us? Marvellous. Okay, we're going to move forwards now through the rest of this bridge and see what your voice part does. Oh, exciting. Okay, sopranos, we're carrying on with our bridge and we've started it with the upper altos and our rhythm is different to the bass and lower altos. We have fewer lyrics. But then actually I think you'll find sopranos, we're sort of singing out the tune as we move through. So we've just sung lonely, lonely water, won't you let us? Then from here the whole choir lyrically sing, let us hold each other, lonely water. It's kind of it's building excitement and momentum through here. So sopranos, from that line, let us hold each other. Let us hold each other. Recognise that? Let us hold each other. And then it's straight into lonely water, lonely water, won't you let us wander? So I think, yeah, that soprano line is sort of very tune-ish, isn't it? Let's sing everything then. We haven't looked at that very final line yet, but let's just go from the top of our bridge where we're singing softly. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Lonely, lonely water, won't you let us? And let us hold each other. Last line, let us hold each other. No surprises, that last line. Let us hold each other. And we're sort of teetering just before we go into chorus 3. In that respect, I think sopranos, you should hopefully feel quite empowered and quite kind of readily confident with what your soprano part is doing there. All right, let's sing it with the track, shall we? So dropping in with these O's, coming out of chorus 2. Top of our bridge. Lonely water, lonely water, won't you let us? Here comes that tune. Let us hold each other, lonely water, lonely water, won't you let us wander? Let us hold each other. Hold back. So when you're moving through these notes, Really throw it away. Lonely water. Open the mouth wide. I find the vowel shape of rather than of water. Lonely water. Okay. Great. Stellar work. Let's run it from the top. Everything we've got with the soprano part. All right, sopranos. Let's sing everything we've got so far with the track, just the soprano part.
Try to swear not being there, but think that I should have been. Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so I can stop for a minute and see where you hide. Hold back the river, hold back.
Starting note.
Once upon a different life, we rolled our bikes into the sky. Now we crawl against the tide. Those distant days are flashing by.
Into chorus 2, we lift.
Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so I can stop for a minute and be by your side. Hold back the river, hold back. Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so I can stop for a minute and be by your side. Hold back the river, hold back.
Drop now. Into the bridge.
Lonely, lonely water, won't you let us hold each other. Lonely water, lonely water, won't you let us wander? Let us hold each other. Hold back the river, let me look in.
Yeah, I think, the live zoom is really important for the building back up of those parts in our ear for the chorus and the bridge. Okay, going to summarise any movements that we've got in the chorus and the bridge, and then I'm going to conduct the whole choir. Well done. Movements. So we'll drop the track in just before verse 2. In verse 1 and chorus 1 we just stand still, and then in verse 2 we get this fairly fast-paced moving sway because it's in time with the tempo of the music, but it's just a little movement. Bass and altos stepping out on your right shoulder and foot first. Upper altos and sopranos, it would be your left. It's coming out of verse 2 that I remind you we're about to stand still but put some clicks in. So it would be that the lyric would be a flashing by, and we stand still for hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. So it's like a dropped click. And your hips would probably be moving a little bit. You wouldn't just be completely still and the hands going. So put the whole kind of groove into it. This carries on through chorus 2 until we get to the O's, where you are rocking forwards and backwards. And then we're standing still into the bridge, standing still for the first half, and then kind of feeling the music. So let's just map that through with the track. Are you ready? Verse 2.
Once upon
Almost.
a different different life.
They're not massive sways.
Into the
They're discrete
sky.
sways. Yeah, still going to your outside edge first.
Against the tide, those
Coming out of verse 2,
days
we're reminded
of flashing
we're
by.
about to stand still and put the clicks here. Ready?
Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so I
Just relax
stop
the
for
clicks.
a minute and be by your side. Hold back the river, hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so I can stop for a minute and be by your side. Hold back the river, hold
Ready?
back.
And swaying forwards. Just relaxed arms. Into the bridge. We're about to stand still. 3, 2, 1.
Lonely water, lonely water.
Arms stand by our side. Relax shoulders. And then as the drums kick in, we feel the music a bit more.
Lonely water,
Don't feel it too much.
lonely water, won't you?
And then there's a moment where we stand still. Ready? 2, 3, 4.
Let us hold each other.
Yeah, it feels right to just stand still for that final let us hold each other. Okay. Those are the movements running through, coming out of verse 2, chorus 2, and the bridge. So now it's time for me to conduct you as a whole choir.
Try to keep you close to me, but life got in between. Tried to square not being there, but think that I should have been. Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so I can stop for a minute and see where you hide. Hold back the river, hold back. Once upon a different life, we rode our bikes into the sky. But now we crawl against the tide. Those distant days are flashing by. Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so I can stop for a minute and be by your side. Hold back the river, hold back. Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so I can stop for a minute and be by your side. Hold back the river, hold back. Lonely water, lonely water, won't you let us wander? Let us hold each other. Lonely water, won't you let us wander? Let us hold each other. Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so I